All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kwadash. Second of all, I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the hopeful elect out there, the brothers that push this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. All right, so I just want to do a short lesson of how alone the spirit of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai allows it to go. I don't want to name the video. More layoffs. All right, or no work for Egypt, or update on no work for Egypt, or whichever title Yahweh by Yahweh Shah sees fit I use. But the Lord wills, brothers, can see on the screen. I have this article here from the Zero Hedge, and yeah, America's crumbling, man. You know, a lot of people drink Pepsi. Tons of people, a lot of people in the world drink Pepsi, which that shit is poison. All sodas is poison. All right, but PepsiCo or Pepsi is a major company here in America. All right, because again, a lot of people in the world drink Pepsi, like Pepsi or whatever. All right, and they're struggling, they're having problems. So Babylon the Greek is crumbling, man. All right. So Lord Wills, brothers can see on the screen now this article here from the Zero Hedge, and it says PepsiCo to lay off hundreds after price hikes as consumer strength in questions. Up until now, the majority of layoffs have been focused in technology firms and banks. All right, and through the spirit and power, how about Shem Shai, you know, brothers have been saying that, it's starting off now with places like Microsoft and shit like that, like computer companies and things like that, Amazon, Facebook, laying a bunch of people off. But now it's coming down to people that work in warehouses. People, basically blue collar jobs. Restaurants, they're gonna start laying off. All right, again, this is just prophecy coming to pass. The scripture again says there should be no work for Egypt. All right, and the scripture say the grinding shall cease. All right, so it says in technology firms and banks, as talking heads proclaim the consumer is still strong, which all that shit is lies, man. All right, inflation continues to shoot through the roof. People out there are still struggling. All right, and people are having to, people are shopping. Because Pepsi and things like that, the major brands are more expensive, so people, are turning to the cheaper brands. All right, like Family Dollar, they got something called Great Value. I mean, Walmart has something called Great Value or whatever. Cheaper brands. Even that shit is high. That shit is getting high. All right. It says, however, tonight, news that no lesser staple than PepsiCo is announcing a major belt tightening, suggesting the pain is spreading much more boldly across the U.S. economy. The Wall Street Journal reports, according to the people familiar with the matter in documents reviewed, that the giant firm will be cutting hundreds of jobs at its North American snack and beverage headquarters. And that's going to trickle down to the warehouses. All right. And it's going to, it's just going to get worse. It's going to get worse and worse. As of December 25th last year, PepsiCo employed about 300,000 people worldwide, including about 112,000 people in the U.S. In a meme sent to the staff that was viewed by the journal, PepsiCo told employees that the layoffs were intended to simplify the organization so we can operate more efficiently. Of course, and the always, the more people that you got, is the better, right? Supposedly, right? Guess not. Of course, it's anyone's guess. See, through the spirit, brothers were saying that as well. You know, when these brands and things ain't selling, they're gonna to cut costs. They're gonna lay people off. That's what they're gonna start doing. All right. When Pepsi and shit is just sitting on the shelf catching dust, and then they ain't flying off the shelves, people ain't buying it. What are they gonna do? They're gonna start laying people off. When these other major companies and stuff like potato, brands like that, they ain't buying. When people ain't buying it because of the stagflation, higher prices for less of the product, people are gonna stop buying it. All right. And again, to cut costs, they're gonna lay people off. Of course, it's anyone's guess when these layoffs appear in the official job data. The decision comes just weeks after the company Slovakia announced it had raised prices on its snacks and drinks by 17% on the average from last year. Yeah, man, people can't afford that, man. Yeah, I think they own like Doritos. I think they own all that shit, man. Pepsi owns all that shit. Yeah, they do. I saw it right there. But I always thought, they own Doritos and certain other stuff. Pepsi owns a lot of products. The consumer has very much stuck with our products, said Hugh Johnson, PepsiCo finance chief, in an interview. In a world where there are many struggles and stress, we are kind of an affordable luxury, right? And I mean, Pepsi and stuff is getting higher. I don't drink that shit, but you go in the store and you see it. It is high, but it ain't too high. And people are turning to other brands. I'm shop cheaper because that shit is, you know, it's getting kind of out of people's budget. Even though it's not super high, but it's getting out of people's budget. People got to start making wiser decisions on what to buy because of the inflation. All right, because everything is going on: rent, lights, water, everything, gas. Gas is coming down still, but get shit $3. That's still kind of high. There may be a point when the revenue growth slows down, Mr. Johnson said. He added, "We just have to prepare for it." Do the layoffs mean the consumer is cutting back further, or have margins been crushed even more by inflation? Take your guess on that. Are Doritos now out of reach for the average Joe? It's getting there. It's getting there. Again, people are going to start shopping for what's the word? Like generic brands. I think it was called, yeah, generic brands. All right, rather than these the bigger brands. All right, and again, they're going to sit there, catch dust, and they ain't selling like They ain't selling like they're supposed to be selling. The companies are going to do what? They're going to cut. They're going to start firing employees. All right. And Pepsi, Coke, shit like that. That's a part of the American way. All right, Pepsi and all that shit. Like, that's a part of the American way. All right, a bunch of people in America drink Pepsi and Coke. I think Pepsi owns Coke. Well, I don't know that for sure, but I know Pepsi owns a lot of stuff, man. Owns a lot of those brands. All right, so yeah, man, this place is crumbling right before your eyes. Right before your eyes, this place continues to crumble. Like that one article said, the brother posted in the chat at the beginning of next year. It's supposed to be like over 100,000 jobs lost a month, which is definitely believable. The way things is going is definitely believable. We gotta wait and see, how the Lord plays it out. But it's definitely believable. It's not like it's unbelievable. Something you can't believe that you don't believe can happen. It definitely can happen, which it is going to happen because the scriptures tell us so. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 2. And when the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be darkened, and nor the clouds return after the rain, and the days when the keeper of the house shall tremble. These owners of the stock market, these business owners are trembling right now because their business is going down the toilet. And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinding cease because they are few, and those that look out the window be darkened. And the door should be shut in the streets, right? Going out of business. That's the doors being just shut in the street. When you see major warehouses going out of business, you see department stores going out of business sales. All right, that's the doors being shut in the streets. And when the sound of the grinding is low, right, less hours working. When the pandemic was going on, you clocking 40, 50, tons of hours. Now it's steadily going down. Now it's 30, 20. All right, because the grinding is low. A lot of work to do. And he shall rise up the voice of the birds, and all the daughters of music should be brought low. All right, so he brought out these scriptures in the pretty much every time I did an update on the grinding season. But we're in these times. This is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 15. Neither should there be any work for Egypt, which the head or the tail or the branch or the rush may do. Right, no word for Egypt. In America is spiritually Egypt. All right, so this place is crumbling right before your eyes. Right before your eyes. All right. As a matter of fact, 1 second, let me pull this up real quick. So okay, brothers. This is, but again, I'm pretty sure all the brothers out there seen it. This right here, this is the article the brothers posted. A real recession is likely in 2023 with layoffs, and they say it's going to be hundreds of thousands a month. All right. But look, you got more. This just came out. Blue Shield notified state 370 plus layoffs in January 2023. Amazon could lay off 220,000 employees, reports claim. So Amazon's looking to cut more people. PepsiCo is one I just did an article on, to lay off hundreds of workers in headquarter roles. So right now, again, it's in the headquarters, but it's going to trickle down to the warehouse workers, the truck drivers. All right. Throughout 2022 to 2023, the monthly layoff rate has hovered around 1%, the workforce around 1.4 million people, even lower than the pre-pandemic numbers. Yeah, 2023 is going to be 2023 is going to be a hell of a ride, man. A hell of a ride. All right. People are going to suffer. All right. And Lord will, the Lord ends America, ends Babylon the Great, the nightmare that's known as America in 2023. Lord will, man. So with that, I pray this video is edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwa, Dash, Slakia. Second of all, I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the brothers that push the truth and sincerity. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.